Okay. Woohoo. Third time's a charm, folks. Sorry about that. Wow. Holy interference. Okay, I guess we got to talk about it, but all right. Spirit changed the topic of this reading several times. Saturday morning live, I said what I said, but you already know the drill. It's Savage Saturday. So, whatever it is, it's going to be what you need to hear. I pray this resonates with you at the precise time you need it, and in that way, it finds you at the precise time you need it. So, I always start my live streams with a little bit of Reiki and energy activation. So let us go ahead and do that. I know I don't have my light on today, so it's just a little one-sided, but we'll get into it. If you're open to receiving this energy activation, it's going to be a short one today. We're going to be tuning in with 909. Ashta Lisa, hello. Yeah, there's a lot of bumps in the tech today. Thanks for your patience, everyone. It's also because Spirit wants me to do the September energy update later this week, okay? Wasn't quite in the right energy to be talking about that yet. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning, Kalina. Good morning, Mary. Well, it's morning for me. Hello to you wherever you are, whenever you are. Oh, no, no, no. None of that negativity. No, 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 no. Watch your dark thoughts, folks. That's what we're talking about today. Good morning, Laura. Yep. That's why we got to talk about it, Kalina. Can my bestest bestie hop on this reading with me? I'd love for that. Thank you. We're going to keep the energy activation at the front short today so we can just keep going with the message, all right? But we do our prayer candle at the end here. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, I've been feeling this message come on for probably a couple weeks now. Spirit's been having me get downloads for what you guys need to hear. The energy session is just done. We're diving right into it. Um, Spirit's been giving me downloads for everything you need to know about 2 weeks in advance, actually. So this particular conversation, I'm going to highlight an energy. This is for educational purposes, and we're going to be talking a lot about duality today. Okay, we're not nothing's nothing's happening as a result of this conversation. Okay, I just want to preface that. This is all so you can learn about duality, around things you need to be aware of. I know a lot of other readers talk about things like this, but I have not been guided to talk about kind of the darker spectrum of things for quite some time, because it's been something that I haven't felt guided to do. I haven't felt guided to kind of teach about this stuff in a long time. I obviously talk about it in my Kundalini Reiki system course, which is something I am working on for those of you who have been curious about when you can sign up for that. It's Spirit's been showing me a lot of different things of how to make that a little bit more ADHD friendly. The content's all the same. It's just the way that I'm lining it up for you. I'm being a little bit more methodical because it's not me so overly involved in the process with you. So you can be looking out for that in September, okay? So why do we have to talk about duality? Why do we have to talk about darkness, dark things? I need you to understand that we live in a world of duality, okay? This is not so much that negativity does not exist as soon as you get onto a spiritual journey, okay? In fact, there are a lot of people on a spiritual path that are trying to reconcile with a lot of shadow aspects about the world, about the way you operate, your own internal workings, the shadow traits in others, negativity generally. And there's been you've seen an uptick in this energy coming into your awareness in August. September is the time for you to start really setting firm boundaries, not only with these energies around you, but with yourself. You have to be so conscious, because the way you speak about your life, the way you perceive things determines how you experience your reality. And there's a lot to unpack there with that. But I need you to understand, all these videos where I'm talking about the law of attraction, I'm talking about you can focus on these things to make them happen. That applies to anything. I don't talk about the negativity because I don't want you focused on it. Because where your focus goes, that's the kind of feeling you create in your body. And that feeling that you create in your body makes you act certain ways. And it's something that other people can pick up on, because whether or not they're explicitly sensitive, they're perceiving something, whether they're consciously aware or not. It changes the way life happens around you, all because of how you feel. So energy is, in that regard, unbiased. So the hope is that when you hear all of these things, not just from me, but from other readers, other teachers, other psychics, spiritual coaches, whatever, channelers, that when you hear, your thoughts are powerful. That when you hear your voice, the things that you write and the things that you speak about yourself and about your life become real things. The hope is that you understand that that is just as true of negativity as it is of positivity. So you have to understand that when other people are operating in ideas where negativity does not exist, and yet they are on a sort of spiritual journey. These are the people you have to be very, very cautious of and stay away from. I talk about the shadows, I teach about the shadows, but not in a way that makes you feel shitty or makes you that brings your whole vibration down. That's why I'm very particular about the language that I use, because I know that the way that these words come across can change the way that you feel. So spirit has showed me that my purpose here is to show you how to reclaim your sensitivity in a way that empowers you. Now, whether you resonate with me for the rest of your life or just this season, that's totally your journey. Cool, great. I'm happy you're here. I love you, and I'll love you to pieces while you're here. You're a soul tribe. If you go on a journey and you start connecting with other people, my hope and my goal is that you have learned how to discover what resonates with you and to be disciplined about that. So we have to talk about negativity today, all right? And I can feel some of you got a pit in your stomach. Some of you are like, yeah, okay, this could be a lot darker than this conversation is going right now. Yeah. Robert, welcome. So we're going to talk about how to understand, how to discern in those moments of fear, in those moments of, oh my God, everything's really dark. Everyone, sometimes this energy will try to, it'll try to lift up a mask and place a dark washed perception on everything. But you have to understand, you have to always remember and understand that in these moments of pure terror, when you feel like you're spiraling out, your spirit team has not gone anywhere. Your angels and your spirit guides and your ancestors of the holy light have not gone anywhere. They are right there with you. They literally never leave you. They literally never leave your side. And someone who's been going through a lot of dark shit needed to hear that today. Your guides have never left you. You just need to ask them to help you and take action in your life on your behalf. They cannot do that without your explicit permission, whether you say it or you write it down. They need your conscious decision making involved in the process. They can't just intervene. That violates free will. They cannot and will not interfere with free will. Okay? So, more coffee. So, if you find that you are okay, thank you. There are a couple of types of thoughts when you're on a spiritual journey that are meant to resonate with you. Only a few, okay? The first is something that is soul satisfying, a truth, an idea, a thought, or a thing that is soul satisfying to you. That's how you know it's for you, okay? That can look like coming out of a meditation or having your meditation practice. It can be something that you've learned to believe is true about yourself. It brings you peace. It brings you serenity, upliftment. And I say soul satisfying specifically because this is it's a very unique thing that only you can really articulate for yourself. You know that feeling. Whether it's something you experience all the time now or it's something that you experience as it comes and goes as you're learning and growing on this journey. The next is a truth that might be a little uncomfy but doesn't hurt you. To realize the truth about a situation, to realize the truth about a person that means you need to go through a separation and move in a new direction. 1212. Y'all remember my earliest videos. If you've been with me for a while, I used to talk about this stuff all the time. How this stuff gets in your head. So you have soul satisfying truths, you have the things that are uncomfy but bring you peace in their realization, a sense of closure, a sense of resolution. Your spirit guides will never say anything that is degrading or demeaning to you that will make you feel small or terrible about yourself. Your spirit guides and your angels will never say that. So if you're up in your head and you're cycling through thoughts that are incredibly destructive towards yourself and about your life, that is not your spirit guides. That is not your spirit guides. Most people do not have clairaudience when they start on the journey because their minds are too clouded. Okay? Clairaudience is not something that develops right away. That comes after a distinguished, and that's the word they gave me, period of meditation and heavy shadow work to understand who you really are and to sit in that silence with yourself, to not run. These are all prerequisites and requirements for leveling up in your psychism, okay? So you have soul satisfying truths, uncomfy things that bring you a sense of peace and resolution, but they don't hurt you in their realization. It's, oh, wow, I never thought about it like that. But dang, that makes so much sense. And now I know what I can do about this situation. Now I know how to change my self-perception, or I know how to move ahead in repairing this bond, or taking action towards this thing in my life. Sometimes that comes with crying, sometimes that comes with anger. Your emotions are not a manifestation of something dark. You have to remember that you are a spiritual being living in a human body with a human experience, and emotions are 100% part of that. Until you are at a place where you are comfortable emoting, it is also going to be hard for you to discern what energy is yours and what is not. So, a lot of you have been going through throat chakra activations. It's because you're needing to be very clear about the things that you're speaking about, the things that you're affirming or destroying with your voice. Your voice has that equal power in any direction. Okay? Oh, there was one more thing, but they're going to have me talk a little bit more about what it is that you can, when it's not these two things, and you have a thought or an idea, or you hear a voice. Everyone has voices in their head, whether it's your spirit guides or the manifestation of fear, attachment, whatever. Everyone's hearing things. Okay? If you are experiencing a thought that makes you shrink, that makes your gut clench up, that you become anxious or overly worried about something that you can't verify, or that makes you afraid because there's a looming, unnameable darkness around you, or there's just this random thought that wants to ruin good things to make you feel like you don't deserve it, to make you feel like you're not good enough and you'll never be good enough. Like there's no way you could learn all of the things that go into this and do a good job at it. These thoughts that make you feel terrible, that physically make you feel terrible, you have to understand that these are not truth. These are not the truth. They are not in alignment with who you really are. They are not the soul satisfaction thoughts. They are not the uncomfy things that bring you relief and resolution and a way forward, but in a very loving and compassionate way. They are destructive, hurtful, painful things. That's not coming from spirit. That's not coming from your spirit guides. If you all have Reiki attunements, whether or not you studied with me or you plan to study with me, if you practice energy work, why are you not using it? Because I promise you, it's an accumulation of external BS. It's not you that would consciously let go of a practice that made you feel good. But where is the fear coming from? Because it's not genuinely yours. When you dig deep enough into the core of your being, fear is a, a logical thing you can place in your body. But if you are in contact with incredibly negative people and you're not cutting cords, you're not pushing their energy back and walling yourself up and protecting yourself energetically, you're not praying for transmutation, you're not burning sacred medicines to cleanse your space and cleanse your aura. You're not practicing Reiki on yourself to make sure that these the things are moving from these old experiences of deep toxicity. I must ask, what are you doing? Because you're letting that shit stew. It is it is a mark of fear to assume the worst. But where is this fear? It's not you. It's not you. But if you don't believe that you can let these things go, if you do not believe in your own power, these things will not be able to leave your life. These energies will not be able to be transmuted if you do not actually believe in yourself. And if you can't actually believe in yourself, you have to actually believe in source. You have to actually believe in a higher power until they remind you how powerful you are. That's how it was for me. My healing came through God. And it's because of God that I became psychic. I didn't expect to be on this journey, as I'm sure many of you didn't anticipate that you'd be where you are. It's not a struggle to release this stuff. It's a realization of, I don't have to fight with this. I don't have to sit here and do this. Wait, I've been thinking about this the wrong way and I don't have to sit here and try to figure out where it's coming from. I can just pray to God and do my energy practices, smudge myself, ask for help where I know I need it, and just trust and let go. Yeah. The trick of these energies is that they don't want you to believe that it's easy to let them go, or that you can't speak up about these things that make you afraid. I'm telling you, if you bring that shit to me, I will take an axe to it. I will take an axe to it and be like, hello, that's not you. That's not you. Who are you around? Where have you spent time? What kind of spaces have you been in? If you're the kind of person that's in public a lot or in the public eye and you're not consistently doing cord cutting or practicing some sort of energetic transmutation on yourself all the time, these things are non-negotiable. Salt baths, grounding, prayer and meditation, and then just plain stupid fun. These dark energies cannot handle plain stupid fun because they're like in the face of your fear. How do you have the audacity to sit there and watch an Adam Sandler movie and laugh your ass off? How do you have the audacity? They can't take it. There's nothing for them to latch onto when you lift your vibration. But you have to understand, you actually do have that power. You always have the power to transmute and let this shit go. If you feel like there's a block and you don't know where to pull it up, unplug the cord, book with me. You have the ability to change your life. You have the ability to control your thoughts. You have the ability to control your thoughts. You have the ability to say, hey, that feels crappy to think about. I don't want that. But you have to have gone through this enough and been firm enough in your conviction to say, okay, this is what I have learned about myself. This is what spirit, my guides, my ancestors, and my angels have showed me is honest to God true about myself. So anytime a fear comes around that's trying to waver your faith, and you haven't, and you're like, well, but that thing, da 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 da. But then you remember, oh wait, I have this conviction. Oh wait. I've already been through this. You might say to yourself, wait. I've already mastered this. So this can't possibly be my energy. Who the hell was I around? Even if you are not in constant contact with people who do not like you, I'm just going to say it bluntly. Even if you are in contact with those people, then you got to be extra careful about the work that you're doing to transmute everything. But you also have to remember that your conviction to say, oh, you know what? I don't have to let that get to me. I don't have to let that get to me. That immediately just goes, whoosh, pushes that right off. The question becomes, why do you believe this stuff is stronger than you? Because it's not. Its power is like this next to yours. It just has to scream louder than your peace. But your peace is like the ocean, and this is like a tide pool. Why do you believe that you're not powerful? I couldn't even say it. Why do you not believe that you're powerful? All the amazing things that you've created and accomplished and helped other people with, this should be a walk in the park. Everything else that you've stepped out of and transmuted and axed, this should be a walk in the park. Welcome to Savage Saturday. I said what I said. And as someone who, because I talk about these things, because I help people like to send little bullshit. Yeah, and what? I transmute that and I pray because I feel sorry for them. Listen. I'm telling you. You have to believe in your guides. You have to believe in your higher self. You have to believe in you. You have to believe in something that is greater than you and benevolent. Because they will show you through co-creation how powerful you are. If it's not yours, why are you hanging on to it? I must say, it doesn't matter what anyone attempts to throw at you. That shit is terrifying. Absolutely. It is absolutely terrifying. I will never take that away from you. But I am going to tell you that you're more powerful than those scary, creepy, effed up things. Because your power comes from within you. All these takers see that you are a self-generating battery, my friend. Whether they're etheric takers, etheric vampires, energy vampires around you, toxic, abusive, manipulative people, they all see how bright you're shining. They see, oh, well, I don't need 100 people around me. I just need someone who knows how to feed themselves. I said what I said. I don't like to speak so bluntly about these things because I go on to savage mode. Oh no, I haven't talked about this stuff in like a year. Okay? You don't need anyone else's permission to be powerful. You don't need anyone else's permission to prove to yourself that you don't have to hold these things tightly. The fear subsides as you remember your power. Also, with time and conscious, energetic transmutation. Jacqueline, I know. I know. So, if it's still something, and here's even more savage for you. If this is something that's still in your experience that you're still afraid of, I have to ask you, what is it serving? It's really funny because I'm so savage on these YouTube messages, but I'm not this savage when you come to talk to me in person. I know exactly how to say to you what you need to hear. But this, if this is something that you can't seem to let go of, it's because there's still something that you believe it's serving. For a lot of you, it's that you're still afraid of your own power. That will manifest in however many different ways. There's no one way that'll appear in your life. For some of you, it's that you're afraid of letting people deal with their own crap. As a recovering people pleaser, hey Lune, as a recovering people pleaser, you're so used to carrying everyone else's demons. Well, Tracy, that's a beautiful question, and that's just something entirely different. That would linger with you since you were a kid. Um, a fear that you can't place. But generally, people know if it's a past life thing because it doesn't make sense for this life, but it's been affecting this life. Yes, that's definitely some plug. I do past life regressions where I clear that stuff. Absolutely. So, hmm, mm. A lot of you are learning the lesson to free yourself from the belief that you need other people's validation to feel good about yourself. That you need other people's affirmation of, yeah, that's what you should be doing. Yeah, do this. But your your higher power has bestowed that creative, authoritative gift to you. It's been bestowed upon you. And if you really think you're chosen, you really think that you're a light worker, you really think that you're one of the 144,000, tell me, with that much power, why do you still entertain bullshit? Part of the journey. It's part of the process. I've been attacked my whole life. Well, maybe. But when you start to be aware that that's your own story, what are you going to do to fix that? Serving it hot, serving it so straight today. If you do not believe that you can actually consciously create, if you do not believe in your own power, life will reflect that back to you until you start to learn, well, if I thought this and this happened, then maybe, yeah, true that, Lisa. We've gone through the worst of the worst to help others through it. Uh-huh. More than most people can ever even fathom in a fiction book. At some point, you have to decide that you deserve better and that you are worth your own determination as much and as willingly as you have, as willing as you have been to see the light in others and aim to bring that out to heal other people. What about you? What about you? You don't have to be afraid anymore. If things are still affecting you intensely, you have to ask yourself why. Why? And why do you allow yourself to think things about yourself that hurt you? Why? You might not even be able to place it because my mom did this, my dad did that, blah, 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 blah. My aunt's uncle's grandfather's cousin. Who cares? With all due respect, trying to pinpoint a source outside of you is not going to solve this. Unless you know you've been around toxic people and these ideas and thoughts are not soul satisfying and they do not bring the aha with uncomfy truths that actually set you free and make you feel like, wow, wait, I have a whole new perspective around that thing and I can move forward. If something's triggering you, like any part of this conversation, that's part of my purpose to highlight something in you, to bring it up and look at. You have more of the answers and more of the solutions than you think. Some of you need to clear out your houses. You need to clear space around you energetically. This is not a 10-15 minute process. This is a deep, methodical meditation. Hours. Some of you have been considering, I'm hearing a wellness retreat. I heard someone here was considering a wellness retreat. Well, if it brings you back to your body, good. If it's going to connect you with like-minded people, good. If it's going to teach you more about how you operate and what you need, good. If it restores your faith, good. If it reminds you that even amidst the dark and scary stuff, you can still have the audacity to shine and feel good, hell yeah. Absolutely. You're not here to make sense to people that are trapped in a mindset that you left behind 5 years ago. You're here to make sense to the people that need to hear your voice. And if you don't give yourself that validation that you make sense, the way you operate is truthful and completely valid, the way you exist, then the people that are contracted at a soul level to receive your medicine will not find you. Release validation. Release the need for everyone to approve or to make nice with everyone. You can be civil, you can be cordial, but you don't have to create conscious space for people or things that drain the ever-loving life out of you. That includes your own thoughts and your own crap. Nobody is going to be that motivation. Nobody is going to be that buffer. I'm out here to say, hey, you've been lost in the whatever, wake up. But I'm not there next to you all the time being like, hello, get up, snap out of it, wake up. That's why you come to see me here. Hello. That's why you book readings with me or Reiki. The point of any of this is for you to reclaim your own decision-making power. The point of any spiritual journey is for you to reclaim your own power. Okay? And if you feel like you're trying to let something go, you're trying to let something go, you're trying to release this, you're trying to release that, it could just be that there's more to learn, and that's why it won't fully shed. But you can't run from that energy or let it. I'm seeing that's terrible, spirit. Let it mop the floor with you. No. Stand the frick up and ask yourself what the heck is going on. Now, I want to be clear. That's for a lot of the stuff that you can encounter. A lot of the crap. A lot of the nonsense. As far as spiritual warfare, it's a little different. Because you didn't sit here and say, I want to be spiritually attacked. God knows you did not say that. Okay? Thank you. So, God knows you did not say that. So why does it happen? To show you how powerful you are. That you can suffer some of the darkest things and still get up and be happy. You don't understand the level of protection that you have. It goes so much deeper than you realize. To the point that maybe what you're experiencing is a drop in the bucket of what actually is trying to interfere with you. And that's a loaded statement, I know. I know that. So if something is around, it's because spirit is trying to show you how powerful you are. Once you figure things out and you step up and you step out of it, you become proof that others can too. Your strength is in living your life. Your light is in being bold and loving. Loving with all your heart, but taking no crap. Processing what you need to process and then letting it go and letting it be done. You decide when that is finished. They say time heals all. Not necessarily, but you know that. Time heals what you don't run away from. Oh my God. Spirit, is there like Can we end on a freaking lighter note? Damn. Okay, well, what else? Oh, that's a beautiful song. That's a beautiful song. That is honestly perfect. That's honestly perfect. Okay. Wow. Hold on, folks. I'm going to look up the lyrics real quick. Maybe it's on my phone here. Let's see. Because I was like, there's something. Oh, it's so up. Oh, that's so perfect. Okay, no, I thought I was going to be able to have the lyrics there, but would you guys like me to sing a little bit? This is a cute little song. It's not a cute little song. It's actually really powerful, and I think it serves you perfectly in this moment. So I'm just gonna go ahead. It's a song called Rise, and it's by Johnny Harrison and Willow Smith. Now rise, begin. It's time to awaken and ask why and when. Don't hide from the questions that rise deep within. I can't go round again. I can't go round again. Jeev Jago. I can't go round again. Jeev Jago. Jeev Jago is Sanskrit for wake up, sleeping soul. Jiva is the soul. Jago is wake up. Now, here be still. Let go of the things that I thought were real. The veil slipped and now I can see. Jeev Jago. I can't go round again. I don't own the rights to this song. Just gotta plug that real quick. Jeev Jago. It won't be perfect, but it's time to short the circuit. Don't be nervous, run towards the light. I need to live for higher purpose. Someone's knocking on the door from the inside. It won't be perfect, but it's time to short the circuit. Don't be nervous, run towards the light. I need to live for higher purpose. Someone's knocking on the door from the inside. Jeev Jago. I can't go round again. Jeev Jago. I can't go round again. It's beautiful. You should really check that out. Yes, I don't own the rights to the song, Spirit. I know. I don't own the rights to the song. But it is a beautiful, I feel like it's a beautiful way to just remind you that this shedding, the shedding of your external darkness comes from a awakening within. A reclamation of the light within. Okay? That's all you need. Because in any situation, no matter how dark, that'll show you the way forward. Alrighty. You're welcome. So this candle that Spirit always has me light for Saturday morning lives, this is it's very odd because I want to channel energy into it, but it feels like I just want to do Reiki and light this candle to remind you of the light that is in you. That when things are dark, when things don't seem like they'll ever get better, when they don't feel like they'll ever turn around, that you remind to that you are reminded and you remember to look within and reconnect with the truth of your being. That you remember to reconnect to your heart and ask yourself, what do I really need in this moment? What do I really need? Because I guarantee you it's not going to be circling around the stinky thoughts. I pray you remember to look at the light within. Hmm. If any of you would like to see, no, I just feel like that's my intention for you. I just feel like that's my intention for you, and praying for the healing of the earth, that any of this energy that you realize and release is transmuted for the highest good of all involved, that a large chunk of that goes to stabilizing Earth's grid, and the rest is karmically distributed according to God's will. That's what I pray for you. Yeah, they're just like, that's it. Okay. May you remember the light within. Absolutely, Robert. Absolutely. And if any of you do have other prayers you'd like to add in the similar note, similar vein, you're welcome to. But I pray that you remember that you can co-create and you can ask your guides to help you and create with you. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Perfect, Isabel. It's like I'm toasting to you. Cheers. A toast to you all. All right. You can be on the lookout for my next YouTube upload. It's probably not going to be a live stream, which will be the September energy update, okay? I will see you all very soon. God bless you, and I love you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.